Support for Radio Friends comes from Roseheart Hypnotherapy, serving Central Missouri since 2007. They specialize in pain management, pre- and post-medical procedures, fears, phobias, and increasing performance and success in every area of life. Athletes needing sports hypnosis to improve their ability will be pleased to know that Roseheart Hypnotherapy specializes in neurofeedback and is the only certified OptiBrain train and golf practitioner in Missouri. Call Roseheart Hypnotherapy at 888-604-9997 or visit mohyp.com and experience true success. Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Friday, June the 29th. Pleasure to have you with us today. And it's also a pleasure to introduce our next guest, who was the first poet laureate for the state of Missouri, Walter Bargen. Pleasure to have you with us again, Walter.
And it's always a pleasure to be here with you.
You have written so many poems, published many books.
21 at the moment.
21 books. Mm-hmm. How many poems?
I really don't know. I never counted.
Thousands of poems.
Well, I think that's not an unreasonable number, although it may not quite be that much over 1,000.
Okay. Yeah, we'll say many, many. But today you wanted to share one with us from which book?
Actually, this is not a book of mine. This is an anthology called Thinking Continental. It's subtitled Writing the Planet One Place at a Time. It's published by the University of Nebraska Press. And there are amazing essays in here, amazing short stories, and there's some poetry in here too. Mm-hmm. And it's a really good book. And I thought I would read a poem called Killer Butterflies.
So you wrote this?
I wrote this.
How long ago?
I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, 6 years ago. I'm not sure, something. And it weaves together 3 stories. One is about a mountain lion that moves into a Boulder suburb, Boulder, Colorado. Mm-hmm. One is about my concerns about mountain lions. And then the last one is about a woman who has a very strange problem with butterflies. And they all hopefully weave together into a single fabric. And it's interesting, there's a geologist in here who's written an essay, and he talks about how layered the earth is. And I thought, oh, that's right, this is a layered story. And so let me read it to you.
Okay. And the name is?
Killer Butterfly.
All right. So here is Walter Bargen from a piece that he wrote 4 or 5 years ago. Not sure, but Killer Butterfly.
Killer Butterfly, yes. I keep coming back to the story of the mountain lion, 4th largest cat on the planet after tigers, after the tawny beast of the African veldt, and sometimes something that roars in my sleep. The quiet creature moved into a rich Boulder suburb when a man jumped onto the lion's back when he saw its prey to be his daughter's cat. He dragged it back into the yard by the tail as it tried to escape, held it in a headlock, attempting to free the tabby with his other hand. A massive hind paw swatted the man across the cheek. Suddenly, aware of not 1 but 4 clawed fists, he let go. For months now, going out at night, taking the compost to the garden, retrieving an armload of firewood, searching out stars, a sky to escape into, I've thought of them, looked for their green eyes reflecting the flashlight beam back at me, crouched there in the high weeds behind the garden fence or perched on a low oak branch. These lions come to nightly prey on me. Behind the house across the suburban street, the lion returned to kill a mule deer. The neighbors gathered at the kitchen window, drinking wine, watching days of bloody feasting, a mother and 2 half-grown kittens. Only when the lion crouched in an open garage, stalking a woman unloading groceries, the woman jumping back in the car and blowing the horn as if her life depended on it, did the lion run off and hasn't returned. Across the creek from my house in the next county, roadkill turns out to be a young mountain lion, first confirmed sighting in 100 years. Now I'm told the woman who sits at the front desk receptionist from 4 to 5 each afternoon, is afraid of butterflies. Outside the warehouse, the air is haphazardly pasted with the orange and black papery wings of a migration that stretches from Canada to Mexico, though there are fewer and fewer of them each year, and now mostly gone into the pesticides of Monsanto. In the Sierra Madres each winter, there are trees that turn into butterflies, and in fall and in spring fall back to earth as trees. Yesterday I found a monarch in the gutter, touched by a passing car, its wings caught in a final stroke of flight. I happen to place it in the small flower pot on the counter corner that holds a philodendron hostage. At any moment, I'll hear the cries of a receptionist devoured by a brilliantly winged wound.
That's a good story.
Well, and it's pretty much all true. I couldn't believe it when I read the story of the man who tried to wrestle a mountain lion to free his daughter's tabby, and then the lion, then the whole neighborhood gathering in this guy's kitchen to watch the mountain lion devouring a mule deer with her 2 kittens.
So this is a true story.
Yes. Oh, yes.
True story. And then the receptionist who's afraid of the butterfly.
True story, too.
Okay.
And my concerns about it, and the first confirmed sighting of a mountain lion in mid-Missouri.
Yeah.
It happened on Highway 54, south of Fulton.
In what year was that?
I'm sorry, I don't remember.
Okay. Because I remember years ago saying that I have seen mountain lions. So when you say the first confirm, but I believe that I have seen mountain lions several times in northern Boone County.
It's possible. It's
very
possible. And there have been a lot of critter cams now across Missouri
that are capturing
mountain lions.
Yeah.
So
now, do we have bears in Missouri or in Boone County?
I don't know about Boone County, but there are bears in southern Missouri.
But we don't know if they've migrated as far north as Boone County.
I don't know. Maybe I've never seen one. And
we had quite a lively discussion about that a couple of weeks ago, about bears being in Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
But Walter, thank you so much for coming by and sharing your story. If people want your books, they're available where?
Well, Yellow Dog Books on 9th Street, and which they definitely have my latest book, Too Quick for the Living, and also Barnes & Noble, which also has my book.
And is it on Amazon?
And it is on Amazon, yes.
Okay. Walter Bargen, our first poet laureate for the state of Missouri. Always a pleasure to have you here.
It's always fun to be here, too.
Yeah. Monday, we've got CEC and Services for Independent Living as our guest. If there's something that you would like to hear or see, I would love to hear from you. All you have to do is drop me an email, pepperp@missouri.edu. Okay? And if you're going to go out and be about this afternoon and over the weekend, I hope you have a pleasant day and a pleasant Saturday and Sunday. We'll see you back here Monday on KBIA. Bye-bye.